Alright, so a few years ago, during my sophomore year of high school, I was kind of bored one day and I was scrolling through Twitter. And, not Twitter, Instagram. But at this time, I was very strong about my opinions I held and about the stuff I liked. I would always die on any hill to defend anything. I had actually just gotten out of using Twitter the year before, in my freshman year. Yeah. So I really wasn't the most mature at the time. But one day, just something sent me over the edge. It tipped me over the edge, and it was KAWAKAMI slander. Now, I have been a proud KAWAKAMI simp since the age of 12 when I found out about Persona 5. And I've always been a teacher that actually likes you simp because I've never had a teacher that actually liked me in school. I didn't even have any of those fine ass teachers that you can be attracted to. I always had old ass 40, 50-year-old married women that were constantly angry at the world. So I never went through one of those silly childhood crushes on your teacher that kids go through. Do kids go through that? Is that normal? I don't know. So anyways, and I also wanted to be a nerd at the time. I genuinely thought I should pick up this skill, a new skill. I've always been okay at doing this, but I always thought that maybe I should hone my craft at writing essays. So, having been some time since I've written this essay, I think it's time to go back and look and see at how dog shit this truly can be. Because, oh lord, I think we're in for something special. And this isn't the first time that I've done anything mildly controversial. Okay, well, I wouldn't say it, but this isn't the first time I've done something when I was young, and I remember doing it, but I don't remember what I wrote down. So, I have some other funny adventures with some relics of the past. So with all that bullshit out the way, I think it's time to get to this. Also, I'm not going to edit this at all, so this is just going to be shitty footage of me snorting and slobbering all into the damn mic, because allergies. In the past few years, the Persona franchise has risen to mainstream fandom, not only from the success of many spin-offs of the fourth installment of Persona 4, but also the 2017 release of Persona 5. From Persona 3 to 5, there has been a confidant system where during the everyday life portion of the game, I thought I fucked up with grammar. I'm not going to read correct grammar if it's not there, because you can spend time of the game, you can spend time with various NPC characters and level up relationships with them. However, in Persona 5, there are 4 female confidants in the land of Tokyo that are adult. While they're adult, you can still date them. These 4 being Sadao Kawamami, your homeroom teacher, Tai Takemi, a local doctor, Ichiko Ohio, a drunken journalist, only in Ohio, what do you call it? Ohio, Tenanted Gyat Skippity in Ohio, and Chihaya Mifume, a fortune teller in the red light district. And while there is a large moral problem with these 4 ladies potentially dating a 17-year-old boy, because we're not really sure how old Joker is. He's a second year, so he could be 17, but he also could be 16, which it's still bad. But the potential to date them is really the moral issue. The issue presented currently is whether Joker, or the player, is being groomed into a relationship in any of these scenarios. And as many fans like to argue and joke over and over and over and over and over that these 4 are the worst people for being adults that you can date, they're blind to the fact that means that they're putting a digital 15-year-old girl on a higher pedestal than an actual adult, than a digital adult woman, because let's be real here, real women are better. Oh, I'm sorry, William. I forgot you're probably watching this. Women aren't real and never will be. It's quite simple. What about trans people, William? Well, those aren't real women. Boo, 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 boom, 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 boom. Okay, well, ignoring Kamoshida, that groom. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me go back. blind to the fact that means they are putting a digital 15-year-old girl on a higher pedestal than them, also ignoring Kamoshida, that groomed the main character. This doesn't make any fucking sense. It does, but I did weird shit with commas. Well, are they grooming Joker or not? First, let us define grooming, which is defined by Wikipedia as child grooming is befriending and establishing an emotional connection with a child, and sometimes the family, to lower the child's inhibitions with the objective of sexual abuse. It is defined as by the Google Dictionary, which I recently learned, and by recently I mean right after writing this shit 2 years ago, that it's actually just taken from Merriam-Webster, the action of a pedophile of preparing a child for a meeting, especially via internet chat room, with the intention of committing a sexual offense. It is also defined by Merriam-Webster herself as to get into readiness. Wait, hold on a second. Ah, shit. I can't look it up. I have a very limited amount of USB plugs on this laptop, so I can't look up the Merriam-Webster definition. I mean, if Merriam-Webster is a man or woman. Wait, hold on. Can I? Oh shit. We could search Merriam-Webster. Is Merriam-Webster a man or a woman? Chat. We're finding out right now. Merriam-Webster is probably the name of the organization that created the dictionary anyways, so we're not going to take any more time out of this. Did I tell you this video was going to be a piece of shit? Because it is going to be a piece of shit. First, let's define grooming. Being defined. So obviously, when being groomed, a person typically younger than the groomer is being prepared and manipulated for a sexual relationship. However, not once is Joker put into a situation from the stages of grooming. Much like grieving, grooming can be put into a not set in stone process. There is a typical order or a tactic chain used by pedophiles, but you don't have to go through this order. There's friendship, relationship, risk assessment. Risk assessment can come before friendship or relationships. Friendship always starts first. You gotta start being friends with the kid first. Oh my god, it sounds like I'm teaching niggas how to be a pedophile. Okay, well, I'm just saying that it's not like grieving. I mean, it's like grieving. While one stage will always come first, like how the first part of the grief that hits you. There's many stages of grief, but like you have to go through the traumatic event first. Much like how pedophiles. You know what? Never mind. Risk assessment can come before friendship. Anyways, relationship, risk assessment, exclusivity, and sex talk. Now we can begin to assess any times where Joker is put to these situations by these four women. Starting with the first stage of friendship. Friendship is usually a pedophile's entryway to a child, becoming friendly with them, and obviously attempting a friendship with said child. At the beginning of these social links, for all these women, it's Joker who initiates a friendship. Not really. You meet Oya first. You meet Oya out of nowhere, and you use her to get information. So while you meet her by accident, then Joker starts it. Because you go find her, and you have to keep doing it. And she are met due to the story first. There are just other people in the background. It is not until the Phantom Thieves need information on an underground crime ring that Joker initiates Oya. So he starts it. Joker uses this. This is going to sound really bad out of context. I'm not saying that like if a 17-year-old girl starts talking to a 50-year-old man, that's all right, because that's not all right. Lancaster Correctional Facility. Anyways, so Joker. This is so fucking horrible, man. Joker talks to Oya first, and you can come back to her anytime after June 25th to continue a relationship with her. You can also return to the red light district to be defrauded by Chihaya. Moving on to the case of Takemi, the player can visit the doctor at any time after April 18th. Joker initially meets her as she is a customer at LeBlanc and goes later in time to go meet her again for thief activities, so he starts it again with her. Takemi presses Joker to not get medicine from her, knowing he probably wants a fix. And also she thinks she killed a kid. Oh yeah, I probably should have put a spoiler warning. Doesn't matter. But Joker convinces her that he needs them for exams and lies about his age. Bingo! Finally, not only is Kawakami apprehensive, I'm saying that he lies about his age because, you know, I didn't really know that, I know how competitive, like, East Asian, would that also include South Korea? I don't know. But I didn't realize how competitive entry exams in countries like China, China, Korea, South, and Japan are. At the time, I knew it was a stressful thing, but I didn't realize like you had to start competing at like the beginning of high school to middle high school. Because in the game it says college entry exams, but he's a second year. But you know, you're fighting even in your second year of high school. Probably, I don't know. I don't live in Japan. They know my name in Tokyo. They say Sudafedrin-san. No, I'm nigga, bro. But Joker convinced her he needs them for college entry exams. Kawakami is apprehensive about you due to the fact you have a criminal record. She also doesn't want you in her class because you start causing problems for Kamoshida. However, she is still your homeroom teacher, and you're only able to achieve a confidant with her when you call her in from a main line, service line. A second job she must work for extra money. Even the first time Joker calls Kawakami, it's completely random as he didn't request a certain maid and doesn't specifically request Kawakami, meaning that none of them are attacking, none of them are aiming straight at him. In short, none of the female confidants mentioned can achieve or even start a relationship with the player. It's only after Joker initiates contact, and they also are not directly trying to initiate something with him. This really makes grooming sound like it's a very black and white issue. Like niggas actively look for kids, and it's not like I can one day because I could just one day join the Discord server, find somebody, talk to them, ask them of their age, and keep talking to them like that, and that would be grooming. And and this paper in quotes because this is a piece of shit makes it sound like all these women wouldn't be grooming him because they didn't want to or some shit like that. Second is forming a relationship, a stage of grooming where the groomer attempts to become more intimate with the groomee, not sexually or mentally yet, but platonically, which I just mentioned, but it's advancing it, usually trying to find the emotional exploits in the groomee in order to help them with their problems of gaining trust. In the reverse order from the last paragraph, Kawakami's social link shows no signs of attempting to form a close relationship from ranks 2 to 6. She spends her time at your house doing normal housekeeping, and she also sets boundaries that she is your teacher and only your teacher, and only allowing you to call her in because she needs the money and herself and Joker could be in trouble if this came out. He knew she was moonlighting and how she found out. I'm not cutting that out. He knew she was moonlighting and how he found out. If it came out Joker could be in trouble if it came out how he knew she was moonlighting and how he found out. Fuck. Said that twice. Anyways, Takemi from ranks 2 to 6 is also disinterested in attempting to advance a relationship with the player, instead more worrying about her reputation as a doctor after a little girl and her father asked for the doctor's help, stating nowhere else has been able to cure the girl. Takemi does not trust she is able to help the little girl, and having been forced to leave a prominent hospital to another doctor rushing new medicine, blaming out Takemi. She feels like she shouldn't be working as a doctor, but she also feels a duty as a doctor to take care of that little girl. So yeah, Chihaya is continuing business, and after scamming Joker in the first rank, he agrees to help her run the fortune stand, and that's about it for many ranks until someone asks for their fortune. That's about it for several ranks. Someone asks for their fortune, Chihaya predicts there will be a good outcome. Joker enters mementos, beats a shadow, it fixes the problem, and that's it for ranks 2 to 6. It's rank 7 for every confidant. Finally, Oya is a drunk. If anything, she's the only one to make any physical contact without the player initiating it. Because she's a drunk, and also because she's weird, and also because she's the worst character. Not Mishima's worst. Initiating in the 7th rank of her confidant, when she's pressed by her boss for being at the bar, she claims the two of you are dating and grabs your arm. Once this happens, she apologizes. Then this happens once before she apologizing, having to have thing on her feet. Thanking Joker for going along with the ruse. Quickly going to mention how none of the ladies attempt to build up a sense of mutual love and risk and trust with the child, suggesting that they can discuss anything. Unlike the other stages of exclusivity and risk assessment, which can't be mentioned as all the confidants spend so long not attempting to build a more intimate relationship before Joker has to solve their problems. So basically, what I'm saying there is that no, fuck that. I'm so conflicted with this thing because I really don't like it, but I also kind of like see where I was coming from. Like, I know I said that I didn't remember at all what I wrote, and I didn't remember most of this, but it's coming back to me slowly. And I also have 500 hours on Royal, and Psych, I lied, 200. 300 maybe? I don't remember. But I can see like the exclusivity and the risk assessment. I remember searching it up, and I can see I can see replays of all the social links for these four, and I can see like never once did they try to separate Joker off. That makes so much sense. But then like it feels like this could be undermining the real issues of real grooming victims or some shit, just because I wanted to argue on the internet, make a YouTube video that Joker wasn't getting groomed. Joker Persona 5 is not getting groomed. Stop slandering Kawakami. William J. Slippit, 2021. Last, is sex talk even a question? Kawakami calls Joker master while on the job on necessity. And yeah, it's still fucking weird because that's her student. But like, I don't know, man. You could say Kawakami's a pedophile over that one word, and then my whole ideology would be shattered, gone, and out of this world, and that'd be so sad. And unless you count, I spent a nice evening with blank during rank 10 as sex, which I do because I'm taking Haru's virginity whether you like it or not, my nigga. Nothing really happens if you don't count it as sex. Instead, let us overview any suspicious smaller behaviors this women may have exhibited according to the Defend Innocence, which is an organization I looked up. Hold on, let me go look it up again. I'm gonna turn on display capture for this shit, cause oh wait, hold on. Window capture has priority, okay. Paste. Search. Okay. Alright, so it's very odd. I don't like this image. But yeah, I'm not tweaking. This wait, hold on. Alright, well, I'm not tweaking. This is real. Alright. Let's go back to window capture. According to Defend Innocence, perpetrators seem to form relationships with children. They usually spend their spare time with children and tend to be more interested in forming a relationship with children than adults. They will single out one child as special and give him or her extra attention and gifts as a way to form a bond between them. They will take special interest in a child's look and dress and may take excessive pictures of the child. And perpetrators will try to test the boundaries of your child's comfort levels. Sometimes they will tell off-colored or sexualized jokes to see how the child will respond. They may try to play sexualized games such as pantsing, truth or dare, or strip games. They will see how the child reacts when they enter a child's room or normal places where children are expected to have privacy, such as the restroom. Perpetrators thrive in secrecy, and testing boundaries helps them know if they can continue without being caught. And perpetrators use intimidation in order to keep the child from telling another person about the abuse. They will begin by testing the child's reaction to being blamed for something simple. They will see if the child pushes back or tells an adult. They will progress to threatening the child or causing a child to feel a sense of guilt. They will often use fear or embarrassment to keep a child from telling another person about the abuse. They may use statements such as "no one will believe you" or threaten them with danger or danger to someone they love to keep them from telling. And finally, perpetrators will look for any communication channel to communicate with a child secretly. Often these interactions begin online. They often encourage texting, emailing, or all calls to be secret. Remember, predators thrive in secrecy, so they will always encourage the child to keep everything silent. The only one to even touch Joker before a dating relationship is Ohio, once, out of arguable necessity. Kawakami threatens that she won't let him slack in class if his grades go down, but not if he tells people what's going on. And you can say that he has him trapped in a situation, because if she's found out, he's found out, and they both go down. So you can say that she has him trapped and can operate in secrecy now. But even despite having that and constantly being in his room every single time you fucking call her over, she doesn't push his boundaries. You'd think that a predator going after a teenage child would be a lot more off-color, because predators that test little kids, they will try to get around being straight up sexual by using smaller by using more coded, softer language. I don't know, I'm not a predator, so nor am I an expert. But let's say for example, the predator will, let's say it's a man and trying to groom an 8-year-old girl. Said man will probably not mention butts or boobs. He'll probably have an image of a scantily clad woman somewhere, let's say in his room or in his car, because this would we're on the association that this child already is trusting of them. Or let's say it's through text. They'll probably post a picture of a woman by quote unquote accident, say "oops, I'm sorry," and see how the kid reacts. And if the kid doesn't react negatively, then he'll probably keep pushing. And then when referring to her, we'll say, "what about your special place?" Stuff like that. Soft coded language. But with a teenager, predators will probably just be straight up about it. Not literally straight up about it, but I've seen enough Minecraft YouTubers to know that if the kid is 15, 16, 17, they'll probably be more straightforward about sexual content instead of saying, and say 13 to 17. Be more upfront about wanting nudes and stuff. And then, saying like a 12-year-old, "I want to eat you up," and all that, and you'll be the reason I go to jail, which is something a Roblox dev said to a kid, by the way, which is horrible. But we're not going to talk about Roblox developers. We're here to talk about the GOAT of Persona 5, unless you count Haru, because she's got the grip like no tomorrow. And she got that. And she has no surgery to pay for money, so her vagina is very tight. Those are words that just came out of my mouth. I'm not very proud of that. Anyway, I just spent 3 minutes rambling, waffling on about pedophiles and how they groom little kids. I've been this entire thing is a shit show. Anyway, so you can argue that Kawakami has him in like a cage, but considering she doesn't try to test his boundaries with touching, yeah, no, probably not. Also, Takemi calls the player a guinea pig on occasion, but she is testing medicines on him, so it could be an innocent joke. It also could be like a mommy's little boy kind of thing, but I don't think it is. I mean it is, but if we're going with my argument being right, well, okay, I'll say past Jace's argument being right, then it isn't. Even though you don't know how much I just want to get absolutely violated. And so anyways, after that, in conclusion, Kawakami doesn't flirt with minors, plural, because Joker is a singular person. None of the dateable adult confidants will flirt with you, will exhibit any grooming natures, and it is very offensive to real victims to claim that an actual anime character is being groomed while ignoring that the player can also date a 15-year-old in this game. Because Futaba's like, she's supposed to be in middle school. And I know in Japan, I don't know if they've changed it, because I've learned recently that some schools are phasing out the 6-day school week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then not going on Sunday. But I don't know if it's still like this, but middle schools are supposed to be like 3 or 4 years, and then high schools are also 3 years. So it'd be just like how it was in the United States in like the 80s. I'm getting off topic. In conclusion, Kawakami doesn't flirt with minors because Joker is a singular person. None of the dateable adult confidants exhibit any grooming natures, and it is very offensive to real victims to claim that an actual anime character is being groomed while ignoring that the player can also date a 15-year-old in this game. Did I mention that Joker's probably 17? By the way, I didn't mention Joker's probably 17. And if he's not probably 17, then he's sure as shit turned 17 because the game takes place over the course of a year. So, I don't know when his birthday is. I can't look it up because USB ports, and I'm not unplugging my microphone. But think for a second. Joker can date a 15-year-old at 17, which is kind of weird. Like, that's odd as fuck. Like, that's some junior, senior type. Senior, freshman type shit. Because she's not even supposed to be in high school yet. That leaves one unanswered question. Is Joker a groomer? Think for a second. All the women go through the stages. Joker, despite not knowing over half of these 4, starts a friendship and gets closer to all of them. Even when Kawakami puts down her boundaries and barriers and constantly reinforces that she is just his teacher, he continues to try and get closer to her. He tries to get closer to all of them, and even solves all of their problems for them, and makes multiple off-color jokes, such as, okay, hold on, this is the part where we go looking up Persona 5 confidant answers, hold on. Alright, well, anyways, what I was trying to say is they give shitty context. Oh my god, I've been rambling about grooming children for 30 minutes. Anyways, so we're gonna get this done. He's probably 16 or 17. I refuse to believe Joker is 16 and Akechi is 18, but this is thegamer.com. The Gamer, like this nigga, he's the gamer. So Futaba's 15. Yeah. But anyways, this one gives more context. So Yeah, we're not filling that in. Isn't in the end Joker isn't a victim because he's a video game character. Man, I was really pissed. I was really pissed about this. And Joker isn't a victim because he's a game character. And also Joker is a groomer. Joker Persona 5 is a groomer because he starts a friendship with these people. He tests their boundaries. They set boundaries. He'll still push them, see how they react to his off-colored comments because he wants to woo them. And so even when all these women eventually say, I don't think we should be in a relationship because I'm fucking 30 and you're 17, he says, no, you will give me the pussy. So Joker Persona 5 is 1,000,000% a groomer. But anyways, that's just a theory. A gay theory. I want Kawakami to step on me.
I get a couple bands, make a flip, come with a Taliban. Tell him, show him a hoop. Time the money, man. Many of y'all money, little nigga got shit. If I blink, you do running, man. Shot to the foot, make a jump like skips.